Hi, I'm Lisanne Miller with W, Cushing and Company. It's January 15th, so it's in the library with Lisanne. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and enjoyed themselves. And now we're back to our craft. But first, I want to make sure, if you didn't get, we still have our Christmas books, The Night Before Christmas, the hard one. This one is the one that's done more into neutrals. This is a great illustrated one as well. And the classic edition with the New York Times bestseller, all done in neutrals, monochromatics. We have one of those left. And one of the beautiful Mark Kimball Moulton books, The Night of Humpback Ridge. They're on our website, so if you need them or you missed them, with all the holiday rush, we still have one copy of each of these. So let's get to this month's books. This month's books are really wonderful. The first one is by Leslie Lindsay. It's called Hooked Rugs, American Folkart. I love the cover of it. I just love folk art. I love the braided edge, the beautiful braided edge. Of course, baskets. Who doesn't want baskets? This is a great book. It has 10 patterns in it, and I just like the whimsy that goes into it. It gives you a great deal of inspiration. Look at this. And if you wanted to do a landscape that is not specific, it shows you great pictures. It has a great introduction to the industry, a little bit of history. We all know I like my history. How it may change, how to hook backgrounds, this, you know, how these different rugs came to being, how to bind and blocking. And here's the gallery of hooked rugs. And if you're looking for folk art, how to do folk art for inspiration, this is the book. This is a gorgeous piece. And we have geometrics. This is almost like a butter pat. And it just goes on. What I like about this book in particular is this book shows you how to use the rugs in your home. This is a great, great, great pattern. So if I use my rugs in my home. At the farm, every room has hooked rugs in it. But it's a great way to see them displayed, to see them used, maybe give you an inspiration. They don't always have to go on the floor. This book is just a visual beauty. We have Grenfelds. We have all sorts of different pieces that are different. It's just the Hutchinson rugs are here. Florals, but not primitives. And everybody asks me, you know, how do I do a rug and a rose and I don't want to shade? This is a great example. Here's a great example of a non-shaded tulip. The designs from the garden are pretty cool. Adorable. Just different. This rug here, this rug in particular, I have a version of it in my master bedroom that was given to me. This is an awesome rug to look at, to see how they just used nibs and nabs, what they had, didn't really match, but in the end it all goes together. Great Borgello hooking. Wonderful rose and cross pattern. And again, it's how to use them, how people use them, but again, and also just some inspiration. This is Waldoboro. This is the Waldoboro parrot. This is the real Waldoboro on how it should be done, not just sculpted, but Waldoboro. And for anybody, there's inspiration here. Whether you want to do it in a real prim, a little more defined in your colors, it's up to you. And there's a Hutchinson and a Grenfell. And here's the Hutchinson. Here's our mermaid pattern. We have the Hutchinson mermaid rug. I've seen this done. We have examples up on the website. If you're looking for a nautical rug, this is wonderful. And there's a lot of great examples that are hooked up on our website. Here's our broken glass. how to repair. And then here are some patterns. A sailboat pattern that you can enlarge. Here's a crisscross or the Maltese cross, which we also have a Maltese cross pattern. Here's a great sampler. And if this sampler doesn't, samplers are coming back into rug hooking. We have quite a few sampler patterns, and it's great to see the samplers coming back. And we have quite a few from Cactus Needle. Half round, nice floral, the New England bouquet. And you can just look on and on, the double lovebirds. I love the basket pattern. Everybody likes the basket pattern. And then some directories. Of course, this is a little dated, but then there are some directories in the back. So this is a great picture book. It has some instruction in it, great patterns. If you're looking for inspiration, even for fruit, how they did the grapes, didn't shade them, but it still looks shaded, how the leaves came about, just a wonderful book. It should be in your library. The second one is Victorian Cottage Rugs by Pat Hornifus, and it is how to hook 16 traditional patterns. This book goes through the basics like so many, how to hook, how to adjust. Now this is really great if you've got your bliss cutter and you want to know how to adjust your bliss cutter. It tells you how to adjust it. It tells you how to put the pattern on, how to do jar dyeing. It gives you a good reference for jar dyeing. Here's how to do some pan dyeing. And in here, here's one rug. It shows you what to use for the rug. If you struggle with color planning, you want to hook a B-skiff, this gives you the instructions on the colors. Here's the pattern. And this book just keeps going through all different, how to dye sky, how to hook a trellis. Here's a lovely Victorian birdhouse. Again, all the instructions, the mock pattern. Hearth and Home. This one is Heart and Hand, and a lot of people like to hook this friendship rug. And there is, I believe, if I can get to the right page. Oh, no, maybe not. I thought there was a pattern in here. I think there is, not sure, but here's dyeing for it, how to do the lettering, and I believe there's a pattern for that in here. Another basket with two kittens. The thing is, these pictures are black and white, but they do go through the colors with you, and even how to dye them, how to get the right dye formula for it. I know a lot of people like to do that, and if you're looking for to dye for baskets, it's here. So this book really has seashells. This is a really lovely one as well. It has a lot of different patterns, but the real gem about it is hooking for sea fans and seashells, hooking the urn, hooking all the shells, and also some dye formulas for how to dye for those shells. Here's a nice little pup, like that. Framing your pet, how to put this border on, why you would put a border on. Lots of detail, lots of instruction, lots of dye formulas. But again, the pictures are in black and white, but you can use your inspiration. Here's a little corgi. And there's the kitties. Different ways to frame your pet. Here's one done with paisleys. This one's done traditionally in a frame, rickrack, whatever you would like. And there's the tiger. There's the pattern. So in here you'll find more of a how-to. This is not a color book for inspiration. This is more of a how-to. How to bind with rug binding tape, how to add fringe, and here's caring for your hooked rug, So this book is really for those that want to start to dye their own wool for specific things, or how to hook specific things like sky. Here's dyeing for the sky, dyeing for the background behind trees, how to dyeing for a lattice border. This is a really comprehensive book. So if you don't have this in your library, it would be one that you should put in. And again, it's Victorian Cottage Rugs by Pat Hornifus. And look at the cover, just a beautiful cover with welcome friends. Also, if you like to hook your pet, whether it's specific or primitive, this has a lot of great information on colors for your pet, how to frame the pet in the rug so it looks wonderful and not just a circle around the pet. Good book, lots of information. This has a lot of inspiration. Here's information and inspiration. This has a lot of inspiration, a lot of colors. If you really look to see how this was done, how things are hooked, you will gain a lot out of this book. And it's just lovely to sit and look at in the evenings and look how some things are outlined, some things are not. And if you really look and are aware of what's around, here's a beautiful geometric. Some are outlined, some are not. You'll really gain a lot of insight and color planning with this book. So there are 2 books for this month. We have information and inspiration this month. We do have both on our website, just a limited copies. They all are used. These are out of print books, but we hope you find them useful. So until next month, I hope you get in the library. I hope you look at the books and enjoy yourself. Bye for now.